All right, ready, steady, mom spaghetti. I'm back here with my good friend Rafael. This is the Principle Paragon. By the way, I keep watching these videos back, and I notice that I do this thing every time I thinking.
That?
If you've ever exactly that.
Every
it's
time?
so
Really?
bad. It's so cringy to watch.
I gotta
I'll be like, welcome back to the Principle Paragon, and I'm like, why am I doing that? It's super. It's seriously, we'll have to go back and watch it together, but it's so awful to watch. But yes, this is the Principle Paragon. I'm hoping to God that you can see me right now. See, I did it there. Did you hear it?
That would be so. No.
I did it.
Bro, I think you're tripping.
It's subtle.
It's very subtle. I guess only you can pick up with it because I'm not picking up on it.
I'm so self-conscious.
Everyone out there is just like, he just did it again.
Yeah.
What's happening? He's doing it again. I'm just
Why
like,
does he keep doing it? I shouldn't have pointed out. Nobody ever would have noticed.
yeah, that's exactly what happens. Why did you point it out? I'm gonna notice it now.
So yes, this is the Principle Paragon thing. I don't really know necessarily if it's just a podcast. It's basically just a YouTube video for right now.
Yeah.
But this is the place where we're looking to think, learn, and grow. Where we basically just talk about some random question that we have, some interesting philosophical topic, and we just kind of whiteboard our ideas. And the goal is to come to some conclusion about the question, and then to inevitably form some life principle that you can apply to the rest of your life.
That is the goal.
Yeah, based on the conclusion that we come to. Sometimes we don't get to that.
Yeah, we don't get to that part sometimes. We just get into loops. We're just like, what are we saying?
Yeah. Alright, so topic of the day today is basically how much so we're going establishing the premise that transparency in and of itself is a good thing.
Okay, yeah.
I think we're in agreement on that. But how much transparency is too much, and what are the parameters on what makes transparency itself a good thing?
Yeah. So I personally think, why not? You know what I mean? I feel like I feel that if the United States wanted to be transparent about everything, I don't think there would be too much harm into that. You know what I mean? Because, for example, the thing that does make me wonder about transparency, the problem is we would be getting as citizens of America, we'd be getting too much information.
That's what I'm saying.
And Denzel Washington, one of his biggest thing was he's how good is too much information, and how bad can it be as well?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing knowing too much?
Totally
you know what
agree.
I mean?
I totally agree.
I just thought of that right there, and I was like, wait, maybe
well, that's
it's
why,
not too good.
Usually before we start these, we'll try and discuss it a little bit to make sure that we actually have a topic to talk about. And earlier we were talking a little bit about relevancy and what the parameters are for what is relevant information.
Yeah.
And because I think, in my opinion, we should, in terms of transparency, you want to be transparent about relevant information.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's just it, but I'm not totally sure. We have to talk more into it. But in terms of relevancy, I think that is the start of this. So all right. So just when I don't lose my place,
yeah, whiteboard
because I
coming
know
out.
I'm going to go on some tangent with you off into some other dimension. But transparency, right? Oh, here comes the handwriting. Oh no.
Wow.
And so then we're gonna go into relevant info, right? So you want to be transparent about relevant info.
So what would you consider not
Because-
leverage or
Leverage.
Oh, say. What would you consider not relevant?
Irrelevant.
Damn. Yeah.
So I think relevant would see that's the hardest part
Because it's all based on opinion.
All right. So earlier we talked about if it's relevant if you want to know the information, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously there's then a reason for wanting to know the information. But what if you don't know you want to know it? So if the information has, maybe it's just implications period. like if the information would impact somebody in either a negative or a positive way. Oh, that's such a hard parameter though.
That's what I'm saying, because it's like, let's say we didn't even think about aliens. Like, aliens were never, like, made fun of or anything, like, as jokes.
Yeah.
And, like, us as a human race, we always thought, yeah, we're the only beings out here. But deep down inside, scientists know, they're like, yo, we're, like, dissecting, like, another being, and all these people think that, you know, we're the only beings in the universe, you know, or something like that. It's like, I feel like I should know that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know what an alien is or if that word even exists or anything. Well, but it's like,
I mean, aliens even are even an easier topic to, like, talk about. You know, I get what you're saying, and I totally agree. But, like, let's just say, for example, like, we don't, like, it's the whole thing of, like, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, if some random thing was going on where, like, gravity doesn't exist, but, like, the government's just making it, like, right? Like, some random thing, right? So, like, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know about it.
But, like, it is. So...
We were cavemen, and we were just floating everywhere.
Dude, who knows? And then we just decided that gravity's gonna exist. And we just, like, shoved a rock and a stick together, and we're like, boom!
Gravity.
Here it is! Yeah. We don't know. I mean, it's totally random theory, but, like, it's just, like, a random example of, like, something that, like, is totally, to us, would seem so unreasonably unreal.
Yeah.
But could totally be a thing, maybe. We don't know. Like, we don't know what we don't know. So, it would be relevant info if we want to know it.
Yeah.
Or if it... So, I'll start with this. If it impacts us either in a negative or positive way, because the whole thing with transparency is that, like, I might not want to tell you this because I think it's going to impact in a negative way, but it's still information that I think you should get. So I think that's a good starting point. So, you should get the relevant info. Oh, it is relevant info, and if you want to know it, or, this is an inclusive or, info is impactful. So we can define that later. But in terms of, like, impact, is it impactful? So, like, I could theoretically say that all information is impactful. Yeah. Let's just, like, so you were talking earlier about how, like, too much info is sometimes bad.
Yeah.
I could just give you too much info and be like, well, you said even if it was bad, you should have it.
Exactly.
But, like, all that info is bad. So it then becomes a question, I think, of how much is too much. Like, how much bad is too much bad in terms of info.
So you're saying that you think that society... So let's say scientists knew we only have 48 days left on Earth before it explodes. Okay. They're just saying right now, just let the human race live it. Like, there's no way to get out of this. Yeah. We're trying to create a way, but literally there's no way. We have all the scientists in the world trying to create it, like, helicopter to get out of here and fly in space. Helicopter flying in space.
That's what it is.
My English, my knowledge, not even English.
That's what it is.
I'm done. Go ahead. I'm just gonna think to myself for a second. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. So, but, like, I forget where the other thing was, but it's either you have to figure out how much of, like, how much bad is too much bad for it to be considered, like, even impactful. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, like we said, like, that too much information. Man, this is such a hard line to draw in the sand. It's very intellectually stimulating, really. All right, let me just draw this so I don't lose my spot, because I have that problem really bad. How much bad is too much? So I can put, like, G or B, just so I remember that. All right, so how much bad is too much? Or you have to think about think maybe it's just defining what impactful is.
Yeah, and I think that's just, but that's the thing, it has to be defined by the general public, but it's almost like the general public can't define it because we don't know all of it. You know what I mean? So it's like, how can we like say how impactful the information is if we don't know the type of information they have? You know what I mean? So like, if they have a button that can just destroy the world, like just turn it into ice cream.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, what? And no one knows about that. It's just like, how do we know how to like judge that? Yeah, like if it's impactful or not. Like, think about all the things that they know. Like, we would have to first of all, all the citizens would have to know it, or a majority of the citizens would have to get all this information, and then after getting all this information, define, okay, what we should know and what we shouldn't, and then guarantee you, just because that's how life is, there's going to be new information coming in that is not in those categories because it's just completely new again. So it's just like,
I think really it's just, is the info, like, it's just change. Really, it's what it is. In some way or another. Yeah. Creating impact is just creating change.
So it's like, it's one of those things that also, I think it's easier for like the government and all that stuff to be like, we don't need to tell society because it's not like 100% type thing. You know what I mean? Like, let's say they they have a possibility. Yeah, like they have a possibility of creating a new way of saving the planet with like only using water for like cars and stuff like that to drive. It's like, well, why would we tell everyone in the United States this, but there's only a 58% chance that it works? Yeah, it's like more than half, but it's like there's still a chance that there's a big chance that it won't work either. So it's like, why get everyone's like hopes up type thing? I feel like that's like, as messed up as it sounds, they use that as their excuse on why they don't tell us certain things.
Because of the implications of the change?
Yeah.
See, but that's like the same exact thing though, as like, if I'm like trying to like lie to you about like whether or not like, Jesus, I don't know, like, I saw your girlfriend like flirting with a dude at a party.
Yeah.
But I don't want to tell you because I don't want to ruin your whole relationship, but I don't know if it was like if she was actually flirting or not.
Exactly.
Right? But like, I don't want to tell you that because of the fact that I think that the implications would be bad. Right? So like the effects of me telling you that would put a negative strain in your relationship, and in turn emotionally, and would just
exactly.
Be
so I feel like that's how the government and most governments operate, of why they don't tell certain things.
Yeah, so the impact would produce more bad than good.
Because there's nowhere saying that, like, there's nowhere, like, first of all, I don't know, I guess I gotta, like, you know, go back through the books and, like, look at, like, all of our amendments and everything, but, like, is there anywhere that says that they can hide, like, the government can hide stuff with us? Like, isn't the United States supposed to be transparent with the citizens? I don't know either, that's why I was asking. We could be looking like idiot. Well, I can be looking like an idiot right now, saying the United States got to tell us everything, and it's like,
that's probably not a thing about it.
I feel like it's just never been like something that's been established. Like, no one ever was like, oh, you got, like, there's been people like journalists or something like that, where like, you have to be transparent with me, and it's just like, no, we don't. Fuck off. Like, no, we don't.
Yeah. I think you were on something though. Like, in the same way that we were talking about like suffering, like, if the impacts produce more good than bad, in the opposite way, if this impact produces, the implications that we were talking about earlier, like, your girlfriend's
and everything,
that impact would probably.
So we change it, and it's like a ring.
What?
She's going to get me a wig.
No.
Ow.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about me telling you would produce almost an equivalent amount of good as it would bad.
Oh, okay.
So if the bad is less than or greater than the amount of good, or wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Greater than or equal to the amount of good.
Based on your judgment.
Yes. Which is still all.
That's why I'm saying it's still messed up.
It's not objective.
But, yeah.
Yes, but
Pray real quick before you go up there.
All right. How much bad is too much bad? If, I think this arrow's backwards. If bad is greater than or equal to the good,
Like the good side, yeah. So you're saying
then it's too much.
so that's when it'd be considered too much information.
That probably isn't right. We're probably gonna have to change that. But it's a sign,
Okay.
boy. Is there a thermostat in here, by the way? It's hot in here. Maybe the air's on.
I can put a fan on it, but I don't think they would like that.
No,
You want to hear a fan? Let's hear a fan. No, I'm joking.
all of our 6 subscribers, they care so much.
I know,
2 of them
right?
are us.
2 of us. So that's 4, Jared.
No.
The math. Thanks for supporting us. Because when we are millionaires, we're going to take you up there with us. That's not a promise. But
All right, so the train of thought is gone. Say it to you. It's
what do you mean?
we shot it like a sad puppy. It's not looking good. What were we talking about?
We were talking about if bad is greater than or equal to
You almost said it. Yep.
the good. Yeah, I almost messed it up there. If the bad information is greater than or equal to the good, then it's too much information. So like for example, the government would then take into their own hands and be like, this is too much for the, like, if America found out about this, there'd be too much people going, oh my god, we gotta like talk to the aliens, and there'd be too much people going, we gotta kill this species, or like it's just gonna create chaos that would be better off, like there's no need for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're better off where we are than knowing this information, which is, I think, why they don't tell us some of the information. Some of it, I feel like it's just because they're just greedy and they want to hog the information.
Maybe.
And keep it to themselves because it's, like, a lot of power or something like that. But some of it is also, I guarantee you, is just, like, if the public were to know this would be, like, literally too much information. Like, they would be like, oh my god, what? Like, lit,
like
and
reality isn't real. What?
Yeah, and it's like what, and it's just like, and the scientists are like, relax, like it's fine, you can still live your life,
like,
and society's just like, well, there's no reason to life, like, and it's just,
exactly,
and it goes bad. So like, I can agree with that, but I feel like the people that can handle it, aka me, you told me I was in a dream right now, I'd be okay with it. Not really. I would get used to it though.
Doesn't change anything, like in my opinion, like. If this is a simulated reality,
really.
like
I'm still gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah, exactly. In like death, either there is life after death, or like I'm just dead, and like realistically, like it's the same thing as when I wasn't before I was born.
Yeah, like
same feeling. Which is nothing.
I'm not even gonna get to it, but we should talk about the conscious. What are these others? I'll say. Like how crazy the conscious can be. All right, I'm not gonna say anything.
All right, so I think. All right, so realistically, so before you are transparent, this is where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Before you are transparent, you are only basically going to give relevant info to, the relevant people who either want to know the information or will be impacted by the relevant information. And that information is relevant only if the people want to know it.
Yeah.
Or it impacts them.
Yeah.
Yes.
The bad is.
And if it's only impactful if the bad is...
Wait. Well, no.
It's only impactful if the good outweighs the bad.
If the good outweighs the bad, and society can... And whoever has this information, that's the key thing too. Whoever has this information has to deem that society will be able to withstand this information, that they won't collapse. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like in all reality, like I want to know how it was when people when electricity first came to a thing. Like how did people react to that? Like I want to see like people's like reaction when they just like first create how people like. You know what I mean? Was it like people on the streets like going, oh my god, or like we were, oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't that. I just thought about it. It wasn't really like that, but you know what I mean, nowadays society with how fast information gets
Yeah.
to people and everything, some things I think would just be better off not said to us, because it would just do a lot of bad.
Exactly.
Because there's already people that are influenced very easily from things. So like all it takes is like one like celebrity to like hear there's aliens and be like, we gotta revolt. Society, we gotta
revolt. There is no God.
There is no God, and it's just like, oh sweet. Yeah. Well, we should have kept it from them.
That's another good topic. That's something that I've wondered for so long, whether or not like if aliens exist, can God also exist?
Yeah.
Because like you'd think if they existed, it'd be in like the Bible or something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You'd think. That's just maybe it's just me. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's probably a theory already on the internet. We could talk about it. Maybe we'll see. All right. So, dude, fuck, is that it? There's no way we just did that so fast. No way. We're probably not right.
We're probably not right. We're pretty much dumbasses, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I think
I'm a dumbass. Jared's kind of smart.
I'm not that smart.
Jared's pretty smart. I'm on the other hand.
We're both business majors.
Wow.
I'll leave it at that.
Business majors can be smart.
Yeah, those are people that graduate in like a year.
Yeah, because it's a business major. It's a business major.
Anyways, all right.
So you want to go with our conclusion?
I'm not trying to get any flack from that. But really though,
our 4 subscribers are business. Just die hard.
They're like, all right, that's it. Fuck this channel.
We lose all the subscribers we have. We even lose our subscriptions. Like we
both unsubscribe.
We subscribe after this.
Like, fuck us.
We just subscribe after this. Oh my god.
We're a bunch of dickheads. All right. So, I mean, we didn't I guess we kind of defined impact. Well, we didn't really define what is impact. Well, all right, let's Google. Let's Google. Pull up your phone. Google, because I don't want to have to start on my computer and everything, even though
all right. Googling.
Or should we try and make our own definition so that it's an our?
Yeah, let's make it ours.
Well, I just don't want to skew anything before we look up what the rest of the world thinks. Because that's one of the biggest things about this.
Let's skew things anyways, because I don't care what the rest of the world thinks.
Word. Let's do it anyways.
And then we'll find out, you know what, yeah, and then at the end...
yeah, we're going to be like, wow, we're idiots.
And you guys will see how much of an idiots we are, or if we're really freaking smart. Alright, let's go.
No pressure. Alright, so... You talk, I'll think real quick.
Okay.
Because I already said something earlier. But what if you had to define impact? What would you define it as?
Impact, like, to society.
Yes, like in like a I'm impacting the table with my fist right now, as in like,
yeah, like physical.
I'm impacting your life in a positive way.
So for me, impacting like society, like all the lives of society, would be like. It would have to be something, physical. Like when I mean physical, like physical as in like damaging, or altering of like the environment essentially. Mm-hmm. So like that would be impact. Mm-hmm. Impact would be like damn, this is a lot harder than I thought.
See?
Impact.
I think you used a similar word to what I was going to use, and you said altering. I think it's basically just a fancy word for change.
That's actually a pretty good way to describe it. I think impact.
Don't say that just because you're in a lost.
No. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Impact. Change.
Right, like they're basically the same thing.
Well, let's try to use
I think we just use impact more because I think we view impact as like a positive thing.
Really?
I think most people do. Like
impact. I mean, yeah, I guess society. Not.
Like I feel like it's much rarer to hear I want to change.
Yeah.
You know,
I want to impact people's lives.
Exactly.
Oh.
Like when I say I want to change people's lives, it's like
why are you trying to change people? It has to, because like impact definitely is. I think similar, like very similar to change, but it's its own thing at the same time.
I think society right now is just seeing impact as like a positive word, probably,
Yeah,
and not like a negative thing. But really, I think they're
it could be
both just basically synonyms
of each other. Yeah.
All right, now we have to define change.
Define change.
Yep.
And I can't use altering, right?
Altering is another synonym.
Well, I mean, they're all. I don't
So
understand
let's just
how
say-
people define words that are so similar to other words. It doesn't make sense to me.
We struggle with this in grade school.
I did.
Yeah, when the teacher asks you to define a word before they give you the definition so you can think critically about it,
Yeah.
you're like, encyclopedia. What do you want me to say? It's a book with a whole lot of stuff in it.
What do you want from me? Change. I think change means something that
it's just a difference from what was.
You're smart.
You think so?
I think so. I think you can at least try to be smart. Well, you don't have to try, and you're smart. I have to try very hard, and I don't even get there sometimes.
Okay.
I missed the ball, like I just did right there. And then you said that, and I'm like, I agree. And I don't know if I'm agreeing because I'm a dumbass, but I think that sounded pretty smart.
I think that kind of makes sense.
Right?
I think a difference from what was is just what change is. Because change can be good or bad.
I think different is the key word too.
Mm-hmm, definitely. I mean, it ain't
Because
from
change, because
what
like
was.
change, yeah, because like change is like if you change, you're different from what you were before. Like if the color red changed to blue, it's different from what it was before. I think you may have got to something without using
Yeah,
the
because
phone.
without using the phone. Well, we're gonna use the phone now, anyways. But
Yeah,
all right. So our definition, impact is basically just different from what was. All right. Do us the Google, my
All
friend.
right. Let's see. I think you'll at least get pretty close to it if you're not on the.
Damn.
If you're not on the
Otherwise,
target.
you calling me smart. Now we're both gonna look like dumbasses. You're gonna look like a big dumbass. You're like, wow, what a genius! This man is basically Stephen Hawking.
You know what's
I'm
crazy?
not
I
even
just
close.
noticed you going.
You see, it's awful. Oh.
All right. Definition: impactful, having a major impact or effect. You see what I mean? Fuck you, Google. Aren't you like a multi-million-dollar some
Just
shit?
use the word.
It
in the
used
definition.
You know how many times I've gotten in trouble in like English class and like crying because I get like I'm failing grades and it's like impact. What does that mean to you?
That's the
Well,
funniest thing
having an
I've ever
impact. You can't use the same word. I don't know what to use then.
Google
Literally.
just did us like that.
It's an adjective.
Mm-hmm.
Impactful.
Just so you guys know, I'm not bullshitting you.
Impactful. Impactful.
I gotta change that voice if I can. Adjective, having a major impact or effect. And I was gonna read this sentence.
So I think maybe impact is not only viewed as a positive thing.
having an eye-catching and impactful design.
Thanks for using it as a sentence. But
Welcome.
I think it's also just maybe used to determine like it's bigger than change. Like change is like, oh, I changed like 100 people's
That's
lives.
a
But
good way.
impact is like I impacted
is-
like the world kind
Yeah.
of thing, you know?
That's a good point. Impact is more of like
It's bigger.
it's on a bigger. It's like using, so there's big and there's gigantic.
Yeah. All right.
Still don't know, Brandy. Right? I literally, if you guys,
There's got to be something. Unlock this bad boy. There's got to be something. There's got to be something more. All right, Google the definition of change then.
Definition of change.
Yeah.
I got you, brother.
Thanks, sir.
Change. Oh, wait. Yo, we got change right. You got change right. Verb wise, it says make or become different. Take or use another instead of. Noun. The act of instance of making or becoming different.
Okay.
Change.
Damn.
Noun
fucking
2.
close.
Coins. If you guys never heard the word, I'm going to help you right here without even looking at the sentence. I have change in my pocket.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
And that's a lie. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, okay.
That was so a metaphor, dude. You took that so literally.
Change.
You gotta change that voice, bro.
Yeah, I do. It's weird. It's kind of weird. I don't like that it's a man. I want a British girl.
The big.
Hello? We have ghosts. Anyways.
Your Susko just walks in. What the fuck's going on?
Then you just see him suplex me on the table.
my
You're
God.
like, Susko, stop! Susko, stop! Starts beating on you too.
Oh no.
Takes the camera.
So I think that's actually pretty good then. Wow, dude.
That was close to the target.
If I
That's
can
like
get
on the
that
target.
close to the definition of impactful, I don't know if that's a feat at all.
We should wait. How do we get to Webster's? What's a famous dictionary?
Webster's.
Webster's?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to Webster's and just bring them this. Why aren't we millionaires now?
We should probably bring it up to Google first to tell them that they're dumbasses when it comes to defining
I'm gonna
impact.
sue Google. Can you sue them for like wrongful information? Because everything on the internet is correct, right?
Yes, Google totally does nothing to influence what we see. Oh no. I really think that's. Unless you have anything to add,
Come on.
bro. Don't do me
put
like
me
that.
on the
I'm
spot
not
like that.
I'm not-
I'm agreeing with what you put up there. I
Alright,
agree with it.
alright.
I don't know I don't know how to make definitions like you.
I didn't make it. It just appeared in my brain and I said it. I don't know how I did it.
Well, it doesn't happen like that for me. It might take a couple months or years. Just
Alright.
do that. Okay. So, what now? I think we came to the conclusion.
I think that is a conclusion. Maybe let's make the principle, because this is the conclusion, right? So
Okay.
transparency. You should be transparent with all relevant info.
Relevant
And then you
being
bitches are gonna have to
impactful.
fucking watch the video. To find out what relevant info is.
Yeah, and then tell me if I'm a dumbass for listening to this guy.
Yeah, because two dumbasses who
I
think-
just say what comes to my mind. I'm more like a philosopher in the sense of I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want. Jared's kind of a smart philosopher. I'm just like a smart philosopher. And like I'll say something, and
I don't know.
the fuck did I just say? That's what goes through my mind.
All right, so
Hold on.
So we have defined. Wait, what do we do here? So wait, this was. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
This is defining what is impactful,
Mm-hmm.
and then we also defined what impact was.
Yes.
Okay. So, can I write it in pink? I'll write it in pink. No, that's wrong. Principle time. Don't be principle.
You
I think
know,
I like underlined it last
the
time.
way you write, I swear I have your smarts.
Why?
Because you write like a dumbass.
It's what it is, dude.
It's hideous.
I have been.
I
writing
can't
like
even
that.
bear to look at it.
It's so awful. Where is it? These two words. There is not a space in there. that's one word. It's
That's
so
one
bad.
word, yeah. Yes, sir.
Although I'm also I haven't developed the skill of like standing and like writing with my hand off the board. Like if you notice, I'll have to like it's paper. I'm not.
Honestly, I kind of do that too. You know
I'm
how there's
not
some
good
people
at,
that can
like-
just go like that?
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
circle guy? Have you guys seen that video?
Dude, that man's a legend.
He is a fucking legend.
All right, so be transparent with all relevant info.
Yes.
That's it. That's like the principle, basically.
Be transparent with all relevant info. And then this. helps you understand what relevant info is. This video.
Yes. And why we think that it is relevant.
And also a bunch of other
Did we
stuff.
talk about why we think? Yeah, we talked about why. Because I think it was unsaid, but we think it's relevant because of the fact that it impacts us and impact we would want to know of that impact.
Yeah, an impact, and I see impact can be bad or good. As right now, like society, impact does seem like it's more towards like good. Like it's like impact, like you impacted someone's lives, you impacted like society, and like when you say that, you can say I impacted someone's lives. That can mean like you impacted their lives because you stole their cat.
Yeah.
Shame on you, but
yeah.
Be transparent with all
of it.
All of it.
All of it.
Not one bit can be left behind.
Yes, and there's two keywords there because all is a keyword and relevant is a keyword.
Yeah.
If
Which
I took
is
both
relevant
of those,
was the whole thing that we were talking about.
If I said be transparent with relevant info, it would be kind of shady because it's like, well, is it all relevant info or is it some relevant info? And if I took out the word relevant, it would be transparent with all info, which is we've established that is not a good idea. That produces more bad than good.
Sadly, some people in this world are sheep and will do anything. There's people that actually go on the internet and like go, "Oh, this must be true."
Yeah.
Have you ever met those people?
I've never met a flat earther. No.
I don't want to be one of those guys or gals. I don't judge. But
you just flirt with my camera. That's all.
But what is it called? Oh, that was an inside joke too that I just made. You get it? Did you get it? Oh, I get it. I don't know if you get it. But anyways, I lost what I was
train
saying.
of thought, it's gone. We shot it.
Gone.
Yep.
ADHD.
That's my bad.
Don't have it, but I feel like I should. With my train of thought.
Neither of us are diagnosed with ADHD.
Yeah,
ADD.
it's kind of actually crazy. Or ADD or ADHD. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah. But I only hang out with people who do that. Sadly enough. Like
really?
who yeah. Look at people that I hang out with.
True.
It's literally only people that like I can't hold a solid conversation with for more than 30 minutes without going off topic.
Yeah, it's kind of bad. I'm the same way.
Why do you think it's why I talk to like so few people? I just don't vibe with a lot of people like that.
Yeah. I think, but you see, this is why I like our discussions because like we go off topic, and I feel like they like it out there too. Because you can't just.
4 subscribers.
Yo,
That's it.
He's calling you guys out. I got you. You guys.
No, I'm saying they're the real G's.
Yeah,
really.
you guys are the real G's.
Because there's 4 of them.
It's like it's like freaking your sister, my brother, my dad, and like some random joke schmo out there.
I don't even know how to see the names of our subscribers, but I don't really care.
Yeah, help us out, you smarties. You guys are definitely smarter than us if you're listening to these.
Probably.
Videos.
The odds of that are pretty high. I'm not going to lie.
Really smart business majors.
So this has been the Principle Paragon. Thank you so much for listening, watching, whatever you may be doing. Again, I hope you like the new look of the room. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about the topic. Leave us some ideas for some other stuff that you might want to hear we talked about.
Give us some feedback.
Yes.
Some feedback. Like if I look at the camera too much and give you that look, you know what I'm talking about. You don't like that look? Just tell me. Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, if you think I'm sniffing too much randomly,
and you want me to slap him,
yeah,
I probably won't.
But
I'll attempt to for you guys.
What, your arm's not long enough?
Oh, okay. Short joke. I'm very short. But
alright. That's gonna wrap it up for
was
this
that
video,
not a
guys.
short joke?
Thank you so much
see
for
you guys.
watching. Oh no.